Avoid these Utah home builders. Who am I talking about? Today, I'm sharing a list of the worst new home construction companies in Utah. I'll probably receive some backlash for this, but as a new home construction specialist, I've grown tired of home builders who don't seem to care about people or at times even seem to bully them. Honestly, I'm not worried if they're mad. My top priority is to help you and others who want to build a house. The number one priority for home builders is to maximize their profits. Many of the new home construction companies that I'm sharing in this video really don't care about you. I'm not trying to be mean or controversial, it's simply the truth. How do I know? Well, I spent 15 years working for 6 different builders here in Utah. In my career, I've guided more than 600 individuals through the process. And I know one thing for certain, selecting the builder is the most important decision that you will make. Choose wrong, and you could have some major regrets. It can be difficult to figure out which builders you can trust, but I'm confident this video will help. Make sure you watch to the end, where I'll share 3 things you need to do before you talk to builders. Let's start by looking at the list of the largest builders in Utah. According to Builder.com, these are Utah's top 10 builders in units sold. Edge is number 1, Ivory number 2, D.R. Horton, the nation's largest builder, comes in at number 3, MDC, aka Richmond American Homes, is at number 5, David Weekley is 6th, Woodside 7th, and Lennar, the nation's second largest home builder, is at number 8, and so on. I've said this many times, don't confuse biggest with best. Many high output companies are machines grinding out homes with no regard for human life. That's why many of these leading new home construction companies are on the naughty list. To a lot of builders, you're just a number. I'm not saying that they don't care about you at all. It's just that they're more concerned with other things like maximizing profits, completing the house as quickly as possible, their shareholders, and so on. I guess it's understandable because companies need to be profitable, but the highest rated builders make customer satisfaction a priority. And they do it even if it's not quite as lucrative. I'll talk more about the best builders later. So I've now spent more than 2 weeks researching more than 50 home builders here in Utah. I considered online reviews, quality of construction, value, feedback from my clients, and my own observations from 20 years as a realtor. So who are the worst builders in Utah? I hate to generalize, but there's one group of builders who upset their clients at a much higher rate than the others. I'm talking about the large national builders highlighted here in the yellow. Just to be clear, this is fact, not my opinion. Reviews for the large national builders tend to be significantly lower than many of the local builders. Life Story Research recently released their annual study of the most trusted home builders for 2024. They analyzed 20 of the nation's largest home builders, and 7 of them do business right here in Utah. Looking at the top 10, Toll Brothers and LGI both get 2 thumbs up. But I can't help to wince a little when I see scores for David Weekley and Century Communities. A 3-star rating is a warning to do more research. So let's look at the lowest rated builders. Sadly, 3 companies with locations in Utah are on the bottom 10. Richmond American Homes got 3 stars, while Lennar and D.R. Horton find themselves near the bottom. Let's take a deeper look at the builders with 3 stars or lower. Let's start with David Weekley. Besides visiting their model homes a few times, I personally haven't worked with them. So I turned to online reviews. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot to go off other than reviews from their own website, which you can't always trust. I'll explain later. This is what I found. Yelp, 2.1 out of 5 stars, and House, 2 out of 5 stars. Now let's take a look at Century Communities. I've also visited their model home on multiple occasions, but never worked with them either, as my clients went with another option. I found 3 different review sites with ratings in the 1.3 to 3.8 out of 5 star range. So what about Richmond American Homes? I spent 2 years with this company as a new home sales consultant. In 2011, I was the number 1 salesperson for Richmond American Homes in the entire nation. I got tired of the shenanigans and decided to move on, and I am not surprised to see them in the bottom 10. A Google search revealed this: Trustpilot, 3.1 out of 5 stars, Consumer Affairs, 1.4 out of 5 stars, and Yelp, 1.3 stars. After seeing so many poor reviews, one might say Life Story's 3-star rating is generous. Now let's take a look at Lennar. I've worked for them as well, but not by choice. They bought out a builder that I was planning to stay with for the rest of my career. I quickly learned that the way they do business doesn't align with my core values. After just a few months, I moved on. Life Story Research gave Lennar a shameful 2-star rating. Online reviews look like this: Consumer Affairs, 1.4 out of 5 stars. Trustpilot, 1.7 out of 5 stars. And finally, D.R. Horton, the nation's largest home builder. I've helped several clients build a home with D.R. And for the most part, things went fine. But D.R. Horton is constantly getting in trouble for something. They also received an embarrassing 2-star rating. Let's check out their online reviews. Consumer Affairs, 1.4 out of 5 stars with 1,479 reviews. On the other 2 review sites, I got a 1.5 and a 1.6 out of 5 stars. As I mentioned, if you do a Google search, you might find glowing reviews from the builder websites. Often builders get failing scores on review sites, but miraculously look top-notch on their own websites. Builders can be tricky dicky. Are these reviews fake? Probably not, but there is some manipulation. Builders only ask for reviews from clients who had a good experience, likely after giving them a nice closing gift. Requests for reviews are not sent to those who complained or may have otherwise had a bad experience. And when they get a poor review, they're willing to do whatever it takes to make it right with these individuals if they agree to turn that frown upside down and smile that bad review away. I'm not saying it's true in all cases, but I have personally witnessed multiple builders use this tactic. Sadly, many builders seem to care more about getting a good review than having happy clients. Now, just real quick, if you find this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. For the best real estate tips and trends, please subscribe and ring the bell. This allows me to keep making videos to help awesome people just like you. Thanks. Okay, before we move on, I want to make sure you understand that not all large national builders are evil. And I'm not saying that you should never build with them. Truth is, I've helped clients build with several national builders, and for the most part, everything went well. Because I've been in the industry for so long, I know a lot of employees for these different builders, and most of them are great. But when compared to local builders, these large corporations are much harder to deal with, especially if something goes wrong. And these employees can't do anything to help you. They're obligated to impose the builder's decision even if they strongly disagree. The lack of empathy towards buyers was one of my biggest frustrations when I was working for home builders. But from my experience, many of the Utah teams for these national builders do a pretty good job. So what about the local builders on the top 10 largest new home construction companies in Utah? Well, 3 of them earned a spot on my list of top 10 builders in the state, and one of them is on the naughty list. On the list of Utah's top 10 builders, you'll find Edge, Ivory, and Destination. Edge, who's Utah's largest home builder, has earned 4.1 out of 5 stars with 679 reviews. Ivory, who still claims to be Utah's #1 home builder, has many reviews from different sites. Feel free to hit pause if you need more time. And Destination has earned 4.1 out of 5 stars with 118 reviews. Right Homes, who's Utah's 9th largest builder, has 98 reviews, achieving a 4.4 star rating. And finally, Homes, who has 3.8 out of 5 stars. When comparing these local builders, Homes has the lowest scores, and they're the only one with a rating in the 3s. Personally, I've only had one experience with them where a member of upper management lied to me. Fortunately, I've never had a client ask me to see one of their homes. And there's only one other builder here in Utah that, well, to put it nicely, they're just not that great. I've had multiple interactions with them over the years, and usually my clients have chosen to go a different route. The biggest draw for this company is that they're cheap, but they're also cheap, if you know what I'm saying. Their reviews aren't too bad, but many of their clients are first-time home buyers who tend to be less picky. Now, 5 of the builders mentioned in this video are among Utah's best. Once again, the local companies are Edge, Ivory, and Destination. Toll Brothers and LGI are the only 2 national builders to earn a place in the top 10. The #1 builder on the list of highest rated new home construction companies in Utah is going to surprise you. To find out who it is and where the others stand, you'll want to watch 10 Best Builders in Utah. Look for the link to that video in the description below. Hopefully this was helpful, but remember, it's only meant to be a guide. This is edutainment, and you should always do your own research. Now, as promised, here's 3 critical steps for building a home. Number 1, do your research. This video is a great start, but take it a step further and investigate the companies that are building homes where you live. I recommend taking a deeper look at the mid-size to larger local builders. It's not always true, but my clients seem to have a better experience when going this route. Number 2, hire a real estate agent with new home construction experience. In case you don't know, the builder will pay your agent. It's true. It won't cost you a dime to have professional representation on your side looking out for your best interest. An experienced agent will guide you through the design phase, and they'll be much more likely to catch mistakes. Your realtor can also help you quickly find the best builders in the area. Number 3, choose 2 or 3 builders and compare them to one another. Once you've completed your preliminary research, finding the best of the best, it's time to visit some model homes. Compare what they offer, including location, home sites, floor plans, pricing, and etc. This will help you determine which one best meets your vision and the goals for the type of home that you'd like. If you're ready to go, be sure to watch How to Find the Best Home Builder. If you're not sure where to start, check out How Do I Buy a Home for the First Time? Look for the links to all my recommended videos below. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you have a friend or a family member looking to build a home, you can easily text this video to them. And please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.